Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of General Geekery. I am Brian, and with me, as always, is JD.
Hello.
Uh, Today is the first day of May, which means May the 4th is coming up pretty soon, which, ahead of schedule, Hasbro made a lot of announcements for figures and such coming out uh, for to celebrate May the 4th. Uh, Luckily, I made some notes so we can talk about all of the stuff that's coming out. Starting
Well,
with
I-
the
I'm
vintage.
I'm impressed that they showcased a little bit from every line, including like that real kid friendly line with the limited articulation. But I'm like, some of that stuff is kind of cool looking. Like there's an ATRT in that line, along with that overpriced TVC one. Um, but there's a Rada the Hut that's coming in that kid's
Yeah,
line too, and I'm like,
I
I
saw
might have to get him.
I saw that.
Um,
I
I
did.
mean, obviously he doesn't fit in with the rest of my stuff, but I don't care because Rada's the reason I'm Rada's one of the reasons why I'm so excited about the Mandalorian and Grogu. So um
Yeah, I
we
didn't
haven't
any of that stuff in the. I kind of skimmed through the stream, and they didn't show it in the stream. So
uh I I think it's galacticbusiness.com or Galactic Hunter Yak Face. I usually look at them for all the reveals because when there's things that aren't in the streams, they'll usually put up the publicity photos.
yeah,
And that's where I saw
I did see
the
the.
set with Rada versus
Yes,
the Mandalorian.
I did see that in on face, and it was Galactic Hunters Facebook page. Uh,
Yeah.
Starting with the vintage collection, there is a 4 pack of Geonosian Warriors coming out. It's going to be a Pulse exclusive. Um, okay, I guess they're saying that it's coming out. They're timing the release with the HasLab gunship, which makes sense at that
That
point.
makes sense. They did say that 2026 was going to have a bunch of stuff from Attack of the Clones. So,
Yeah.
um,
Otherwise, I really
so
couldn't.
are you in for the Geonosian 4 pack or no?
Nope. All of the ones that I've ever bought came with
It's bad.
the Delta Squad set, and I tore them all apart. I don't think I have one figure left. I tore them all apart. I used the wings for customs and weapons.
I was
Uh,
going to say, didn't you just last year use one for a set of wings for that Sector's custom?
I did. Yeah.
Yeah, my internet is somehow just as bad in the living room as it is usually in the back room. So, um,
No worries.
all
Uh,
right. Well, I'm sitting right next to the router now.
yeah,
So,
it seems to be a little better. Yeah, so no, I am not planning on picking up a Geonosian's 4 pack. Zero use for I had zero use for them to begin with. I have zero use for them now. Next up is the phase one.
I'll tell you what,
What?
you still, I don't, it's still glitchy. All right. I don't know. All right. Sorry. Repeat what you said. I couldn't hear it.
The next figure that was in the reveal was phase one clone commander, which I
Oh, with the yellow stripe.
yeah, with the yellow stripes.
Any use? No.
Oh, zero use for that. Uh, Along with him is Plow Koon, which they said is mostly new parts. Um, I have zero use for Plow Koon as well. So,
If you collected the Jedi, you would be excited about that because it looks good. But
oh yeah, no, the figure does look nice, but yeah,
um,
I don't collect a Jedi, so I have zero use for it. The figure that I do have some use for, is the non-Force Ghost Anakin Skywalker from Return of
ah,
the Jedi.
I wondered what your thoughts were going to be on that.
I'm getting that one. I didn't have the that was one of the few figures as a kid that I didn't have from because those were pretty hard to get. Um,
Uh,
I think I
Anakin he was a mail away.
mail away.
Um,
Yeah, and I don't
yeah. I did have him. I remember having him, and I remember thinking, "Wow, I have an old man figure." I also had an old man figure with Obi-Wan, but somehow Obi-Wan was a more what's the word I'm looking for? Vaguely more exciting old man. Although really in retrospect, um, years later, I realized that old men figures can be exciting when they're Count Dooku and they talk with Christopher Lee's voice. So,
fair enough.
um,
Yeah, I saw that and I'm like, yeah, you know what? I think I'll pick that one up.
they've made numerous figures of old Anakin Sebastian Saw, and this one is the best looking that he's been. The
Agreed.
face sculpt is there. I like what they did with the robes. He's not a ghost. He's just there. He's like a what if Anakin Skywalker hadn't been a big douchebag.
Yeah. So that's the main, all of those points are the reason I'm getting it. It's not a Force Ghost. It doesn't look like shit. I don't have one in my collection to begin with. Yeah, I am picking that one up. Just before I forget, all of this stuff um is supposed to go up for pre-order May the 4th. So
Uh,
I know
oh,
I
that's why they streamed it today to give a
yeah,
warning for the pre-orders, I guess, on Monday.
yep. The next figure that they revealed was Luke Skywalker. The reason for the Luke is it is my dogs are howling at the siren. And you probably can't hear it, but Jack's
I
howling.
can't. No, no.
Okay, all three of them are howling now. Yeah,
Are they imitating the siren or are they answering the siren?
I don't know. It sounds like fucking Hound of the Baskervilles in here. Anyway, the two U's in Luke Skywalker, for those that aren't in the know, means that it's the clone of Luke Skywalker from the Thrawn trilogy. Um, it looks like a nice figure. They had a prototype up, and they said that they were still fine-tuning some color schemes on it.
It does look nice, but I would also say it looks nice.
Ah,
I had to. I had to. It was terrible, and I had to.
yeah. I did.
I
I'm
they
excited on this because I did get the 3 pack that came out last year or yeah, last year with some of the characters from that book that hadn't gotten figures before.
oh that was the one with was it Joris Sabayoth and Captain Paleon?
Yeah,
Yeah, I was jealous because the 6-inch 4 pack of from Last Command did not have Captain Paleon. It had Luke instead. It had the clone Luke. But now that the clone Luke is coming out in the vintage collection separately from that set, maybe we'll get a Black Series version of Captain Paleon at some point.
kind of think that that's probably going to happen. It's funny you should say that because I was thinking the same thing. I was like, the figures that didn't get made in the Black Series that did get made in the vintage collection, I bet they just swap which ones get made. So I'm
Very likely because yesterday or the year or the day before was the 35th anniversary of the publication of Star Wars Heir to the Empire.
yeah,
So uh it's not really a shock that they're still making stuff from that because that book and that trilogy had such a massive impact on
it
Star Wars making a comeback. Um,
yeah, I read them again probably for the third time last year.
and they still hold up. I
They do.
listened to them all on
Yeah,
audiobook last year, and I'm like, fuck, these are all still really good.
they are. They're fantastic. They if you have not read the books by Timothy Zahn, uh it's well worth your time. they are very enjoyable. So I am on the fence on the clone Luke Skywalker. Um, just because I did get the Last Command 3 pack, so I was like, I don't know.
Honestly, it's too bad that that figure doesn't suck, so you can just discount it. But it, in fact, does not suck.
It
It, in
doesn't.
fact, it actually looks like Mark Hamill, which sometimes they really don't, and sometimes they kind of do. But this, in this case, it looks like Luke. It actually looks like Mark Hamill.
Yeah,
So
they said that in the stream that they are using some new technology to model their figures and to do paint apps. So they're saying expect some improvement in the figures and with like sculpting and paint apps. So
that actually makes a lot of sense because there was a Han Solo figure from A New Hope that came out a couple months ago, and I picked it up in the store. I'm like, oh geez, another Han. And then I looked at it and I'm like, wait, no, that's not another Han. This is the Han. This is the Han that the Black Series has been waiting for whatever 15 years that the Black Series has been around now. And so if that same technology was used on that Han Solo figure, then I could see where they're coming from because they finally got Harrison Ford's likeness perfectly. The hair was right. It actually had the highlights painted in the hair, and I'm like, wow, they actually put effort into this on.
yeah,
So
they said that they did. They were talking about some of the Black Series figures, and I'll get into those here in a minute. About some of the weathering and some of the washes that they had done. They said they have some new paint technology. I don't know that it's new technology. It's just that they're not being stingy with the paint apps anymore. Because I mean, you look at like the Operation Monster Force stuff, and it's like they're not doing anything new, but their paint apps are fucking amazing. Next on the list for the vintage collection is Bodhi Rook from Rogue One. I have zero use for that figure as well.
he's coming out this year. I think Baze is coming out this year. Cheer it because this is the 10th anniversary of
Yeah.
Rogue One.
Yep,
So
they mentioned that on the show, on the live stream that it was the 10th anniversary of Rogue One. So I would expect to see more Rogue One stuff, and they hinted as much that there would be more stuff from that this was just the beginning of the stuff that's going to come out this year to support Rogue One and Attack of the Clones. So expect more stuff. I don't. I usually the announcements come out at San Diego Comic-Con. So
I was
and
going to say this is probably the last news until then, but
yeah,
they they did. I was actually impressed because a lot of times when they do these announcements for Star Wars, especially with the vintage collection, it's usually one or two figures and there's not a lot of variety. But in this case, I'm like, oh no, there is actually variety with these selections.
yeah,
They look good.
yeah. They're not bad looking figures. Even the ones that I have zero interest in picking up. I'm like, okay, that's not a bad looking figure actually.
Basically, if you were a completist, you'd be happy to pick them up.
Yeah, absolutely. Uh,
Same here.
They did do the reveal for the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, and it is Anakin Skywalker versus Asajj Ventress.
I I fucking miss that.
Oh yeah, it's a 2 pack. It comes in gimmicky packaging. It looks
Oh, you fucking need that then. Um,
it looks like a repack, honestly. I didn't I saw it. I didn't watch the stream to see if it was a new tooling or if they're just repacks, but the Anakin and the Ventress both look like repacks to me. I mean, they might not be. I could be completely off base on that. Um, but yeah, I with how much Hasbro has been charging for stuff recently, I can't imagine what the San Diego Comic-Con stuff's going to be this year. I assume it's going to be outrageously expensive.
um, hang on. Use get out of here. Okay, hang on.
Although, I am a huge Asajj Ventress fan, but
Jesus, $51 for the 2 pack? Are they crazy?
for the San Diego Comic Con one.
Yeah.
That's not unreasonable
Um,
for a con exclusive. Is it pricey for two figures? Yes. Is it pricey for two figures that's a con exclusive? No, I don't think that it is. I think that's a not an unreasonable price for what it is.
I think I think they might be new. I think that Asajj Ventress is new. Um, I don't
Because
know about Anakin, but I think Asajj Ventress is new. Um,
because it I think some of it's because some of it looks like the old Clone Wars, the really nice Clone Wars one, but that one didn't have lower body articulation, but it had a really nice sculpted upper torso and head.
ah,
But I don't know. I don't I don't see myself spending the money to pick it up, but I don't know.
if you if you needed it, it would be really. I mean, despite the price, it looks great. I don't know if it's new or retools, but they look good. I kind of wish that version of Asajj Ventress would come out in the Black Series too,
Uh,
but which I'm sure it will eventually. There's been a couple different versions of her in the Black Series, so they don't need to put this one out right now. But it was her first look from that 2003 cartoon,
yeah,
and it is nice to see that that version is actually getting an update this year.
yeah. I'm just annoyed that it's if she had been single carded and in the vintage collection by itself, I would pick it up.
Yeah, absolutely. But
But I don't know. I don't need the Anakin Skywalker. And if it was San Diego Comic-Con, chances are I probably wouldn't open it because I don't tend to open my exclusives or very rarely do I open my exclusives. I've opened some of my stuff, but I tend not to open maybe about half of them, I'll guess. For anybody that collects the retro series, they're putting out a box set that has Wedge Antilles, CZ3, a Rebel Yavin Trooper, Leia in her celebration at Yavin outfit. I can never pronounce the guy's name.
go Garandon.
Garridan, thank you.
Yeah,
For those
the
that don't know,
Kuba's informant.
yes,
Yeah,
for those that don't know, that was the guy that ratted out Luke and Ben to the Imperials on Tatooine in A New Hope. There's also a droid in there, R4M9. I think they said that was the first time that had gotten a figure.
that is the first time that that droid's gotten a figure. I, I'll say this with that six pack because it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard as hell to get because they finally did something right. The entire six pack is all figures in vintage style that they have never made before because all the other six packs before they would have three or four re-releases
Yeah.
and then one or two brand new sculpts or brand new characters that had never. And this is the first time that they are all new characters or versions of characters that have never been in the that never were in the Kenner line, like Celebration Leia and Wedge. And
Yeah, no, I
honestly, that blockade runner trooper looks great. That the whole set looks great, but I am not as much as I would like to have it because I don't have a lot of vintage style like the Kenner style
don't have
figures,
any.
but I have some of the retro ones and I have some of the vintage ones. And as much as I like this set, I am not going to be jumping through the hoops trying to get this because this will be the first six pack that they're not going to have any trouble selling out of.
No, I don't think so either. I looked at those figures as they unveiled them. I'm like, I don't I don't have any of the retro stuff. I decided when they started making that stuff that I wasn't going to collect it. I needed to draw a line in the sand somewhere, and that's where it was. But I saw the figures, and I'm like, ooh, if they had done that in the vintage collection, I would have picked that up. Ooh, if they had done that in the vintage collection, I would have. Ooh, if they had done, oh, well, that's. And then they just kept pulling these things out of the box, and I'm like, no,
I bought this. I bought there was a board game a couple years ago that came out called Attack on Hoth or something. It was cheap. It was cardboard, but it included this retro style snow speeder pilot, and I had to buy it because I bought the game, but it was on discount. It was clearance because nobody wanted to buy the game just to get the figure. But because one day there was a Death Star escape, one year there was a Death Star escape set that had Tarkin, the first ever uh vintage style Tarkin figure, and then the next year they put out the Hoth, and I needed this because I can pretend that it's Zev Sineska, the pilot who rescued Han and Luke from the
Ah,
uh out. So I
yeah,
got it to be him, but the fact that they put Wedge in the 6 pack, I'm like, oh shit,
yeah.
that's
I
really
was
excellent.
kind of curious to see what you were gonna say when you saw the Wedge Antilles was getting a figure.
I really fucking need it actually.
That one's I even if people buy the sets, break them up, and sell them on eBay, that people are gonna hold on to that Wedge figure.
Yeah, I have a feeling you're right. Um, it's
He's
good stuff though. They really between the droids and the character selection in this one, yeah, they really knocked it out of the park. They did a good job on that one.
The next announcement, I'm not even going to really touch on. It's the like mini helmets. There was a Darth Vader and there was a clone trooper, I think. I don't know. I didn't, I just skipped over that part because I don't know anybody that buys those things.
I don't either, and I know collectors that have a lot of eclectic tastes and different stuff. No, I take that back. There's a YouTuber I watch. He collects the helmets, and if you watch the background of his videos, like they'll change sometimes because he's added a new helmet, but
Sure.
otherwise, yeah, I don't know anybody who actually collects those.
I don't see the point, but that's fine. Black Series announcements. The next two figures are going to be retail exclusives. So if you were hoping to get these, I am sorry. The first one is Clone Commander Doom. And then the next one is Clone Commander Thorn. Both of them look fantastic. They said that there's a lot of new parts on both of them, but they're based on the latest version of the Clone Trooper figure. They look really nice.
They're beautiful. They look just like the animation, like the paint deco looks just like the animation models. They're perfect looking. They got Commander Doom's deco perfectly. They put the weathering on the
Yeah,
green and everything, and I'm like, oh fuck. And Thorn's got the rotary cannon blaster is
yep,
new. Um,
it is.
yeah, and he's yeah, because they're both from season 6 of the Clone Wars, and it is really nice to see them get figures because I mean we do get clones sometimes, but they're few and far between. But it's really nice when we get named clones like this.
Yeah.
It does suck that they're exclusives, but at least they're Target exclusives, so there's a chance I'll be able to get them. Um, Walmart exclusives, I usually if if there's one that I really need, I usually have to get help to get it from people who live near Walmarts where they actually stock stuff. But in this case, I don't know if I'll get these clone commanders, but fuck, they look so good.
Yeah, Clone Commander Doom was the one that they were saying that they had new painting technology to do the washes and the weathering on him.
They did a great job on him.
I was watching the stream on that and I stopped it to look at the figure and it's like that that looks like something I painted. And I'm like, ooh, they did a really nice job on that.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
the next one is a Amazon exclusive. I believe is what they said. It's a two pack from Knights of the Old Republic. Whoever they had on this stream, it's one of the guys that they hired from England, and he's got, I think he's my, I don't think he's replacing somebody, but he seems to have a lot of say in what's being made for the Star Wars line, and he has some new ideas and wants new figures that we haven't had before. So
Ah,
I'm
this is an improvement.
Yeah, I'm happy to see this guy come on board, and I'm mildly optimistic about what we might see in the next couple of years from the Star Wars line because this guy sounds like there's a lot of stuff that he wants that has not been made because they were talking about when they were talking about the Anakin Skywalker from Return of the Jedi, he said there's about I think they said like 5 or 6 figures that hadn't been updated since they were originally made, and they hinted that they were looking at making those.
Excellent.
So it's nice to see some fresh blood in there. So I don't know. Anyway, the Amazon exclusive pack is Karth Onasi and Mission Vow from Knights of the Old Republic. I don't know. It's from the game. They said they're the two first characters that can become companions in the game.
See,
I've
I
never
don't know the characters,
yeah,
but those figures look fucking awesome. Is that the Twi'lek and the guy who looks like the gunslinger? Yeah.
yeah,
I don't know the characters, but they're all new sculpts. They
yeah.
look awesome. They really, for fans of that game, they're going to be excited. And for people like me who haven't played the game, and it's fine, but based on toys alone, those two will be very tempting.
The Twilight looks amazing. It looks like they had for the paint apps um on her they have done like a base layer of pink and then did the blue over it. And I'm like,
Just like
oh
you do with your customs.
yeah, like somebody's fucking learning how to paint finally, because it looks like it looks fleshy for a change. And they said that
It's nice when the toy company learns to paint.
yeah, they said they put a lot of time and an effort into making it look like flesh on her, and it shows. I mean, the figure looks fantastic. I am not a huge fan of the 6-inch Star Wars stuff, but man, I'm tempted just for her because it looks like a really nice figure.
yeah,
Uh,
agreed.
the other, well, the next few figures actually look really nice. Um, there is an Old Republic Trooper that's coming out. Um, that I am almost tempted to pre-order that because
If you want that set, we'll split it because I'll take Satele Shan and you can have the clone trooper. I don't, or no, take that back. Not a clone trooper, but my entire issue with Knights of the Old Republic since then was why, if this thing takes place 2,000 years before the prequels, why does that just look like a Republic clone trooper that we will see later as I mean, I 2,000 years of technology and they're still white blastoid. I get it. I understand why people are fans of it. It makes me wish I was, but if you want that 2 pack, if you want to split it,
not
I'll
in
be
it.
happy to take
Trooper,
Satella Sean.
it's not in a 2-pack. I
It's not. I thought that they were a 2 pack too.
no.
Oh, okay. Um, well, in
I
that
don't
case,
think
I'll probably try to get Satella Sean. So
yeah, which was the next figure that I was going to mention was Sateli Sean. I got her when she came out in the vintage collection. I'm sure she's in my collection somewhere. I couldn't tell you where, but I know I bought
I
one.
think you're talking about Bastila. This is her mother,
Oh,
Satelli.
oh,
Um,
yeah, no, you're right.
and I missed the Black Series Bastila Shan. Was it last year or the year before? I'll probably get this one. Yeah, I thought she was in the 2 pack with the Republic Trooper, and my thought was, wow, putting a trooper in is and in 2 pack, it's really annoying. But
I don't, I
okay,
don't,
I was wrong.
I don't think so. I might have missed that because I did skim through it. But yeah, if it's a 2-pack, then yeah, we'll split it and I'll get the. Uh,
Wait,
before I forget, did you get a box for me today?
um, it wasn't there when I no, I maybe tomorrow.
All right. Uh,
Why was it supposed to be here today?
maybe. Who knows? I
Oh
mean,
no, I didn't know if you were tracking it and it had
oh
said
no,
delivered.
no.
Okay, yeah, no, I'll let you know as soon as I get it.
All right. Because I was going to have you unbox it on the show too. Next up, after this Telly Sean figure, this one I am going to get. as much as I hate buying 6-inch Star Wars figures, the Republic Commando, 100% new sculpt. From the head to the backpack to the weapon, they said everything is new.
Yeah, it's gorgeous because I have the all white version of the previous one that they put out,
And
which was a nice sculpt. It was weathered. It had like some damage and some wearing, and it looked nice in pure white. But when I looked at the pictures of this one, and I'm like, oh fuck, that is so much nicer.
they said the one that you have has the more animated uh body style. They said they used the modeling from Battlefront 2 for the model.
Ah, okay,
They said this one is as beefy as it gets, and they said they plan to reuse this mold a lot. So
good. They need to. It looks amazing.
I have to assume that we are going to get Delta Squad at some point in time.
They did Delta Squad with the old sculpt. They should do Delta Squad again with the new sculpt.
I think that they hinted very heavily that they were going to reuse this mold. So
Good.
I will be picking up one of those for sure. And then last, and certainly, I don't know. I guess this one's you got to be a fan of it. It's the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive reveal, and it is the 501st ARF Trooper with a color coordinated ATRT. It looks fantastic, don't get me wrong, but I have zero use for it.
The color scheme or on the box, it looks like the planet that they set up as the diorama. It looks like Umbara, which was from one of the coolest story arcs from the Clone Wars series, Darkness on Umbara. And when I looked at that, and I'm like, where did they pull the 501st ATRT trooper or the ATRT from? And then I saw the background. I'm like, oh, okay. It looks just like it did in that series, and it looks really great. It's not $80 great, but it does look great.
You know,
Well,
again,
when the TBC version with Mando and Grogu is 69.99, and the 6-inch version with the generic clone is 79.99. I'm like,
it's a San Diego
there's a
Con exclusive, though. You're paying for the gimmicky packaging and you're paying for this thing's not going to be at retail.
no,
There's
I know, but what I mean is why is the TVC version with the Mandalorian and Grogu only $10 less?
and that
That's my complaint, is that the vintage collection ATRT is overpriced
yeah.
compared to, because honestly they could have charged more for that set, because I think last year, the year before, whenever Darth Maul was out with the speeder from episode 1, I think that was a $90 set, and that was overpriced. So
Well, and it's one of the big things that I've been saying is how much overpriced the TIE Advanced is. They're not the TIE Advanced, the TIE Darth Vader's TIE Fighter.
oh yeah, it is the TIE Advanced, the X1.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's the one that's like $140. They're out of their fucking minds.
Yeah, no, it's ridiculous. As much
They're
as
they're
I love
fucking
TIE
crazy.
Fighters, and I don't have one of those in my collection, and I really want it, I'm like, I can't justify that. Eventually, it's going to go on clearance somewhere, and I'll pick it up on clearance, but not for 150 bucks. You're out of your fucking mind. Anyway, those are the announcements for um, the May the 4th. I wouldn't be surprised to see more announcements made on May the 4th itself, but all of this stuff goes up for pre-order, with the exception of the San Diego Comic-Con stuff, obviously, on the 4th. Um, and from what it sounds like, I expect a lot more announcements later in the year. Again, my guess is probably around San Diego Comic-Con for sure. And maybe some on top of that. I don't know, because it sounds like they've got a lot of stuff that they want to put out this year.
I've got I for stuff this year. Have you bought your tickets for the Mandalorian and Grogu theater at the theater yet?
No.
All right, I did. I've got my tickets for the IMAX screening on May 22nd. I'm very excited about this. I haven't been to an IMAX screening of anything since Blake's mother and I went to go see The Hobbit, An Unexpected Journey at the IMAX back in whatever year that was, 2013.
There we go.
I think oh yeah, it was a month before he was born because he was in utero when we went to go see it. But yeah, I got my tickets for the IMAX Mandalorian and Grogu because I'm like, I'm so excited about this movie.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. We are going to go see it. There's we well, I don't remember what movie we just went to go see. Um, some bitch. I just completely forgot what movie we just went to go see.
You go see Project Hail Mary because I
That was
saw
it.
that the other
That
day.
was it. It was
Yeah.
Project Hail Mary. That's the one we went to go see. And of the like 7 or 8 movies, there was only like one or two that we didn't want to see. So
Oh, there you go.
I think
Um,
a lot of movies coming out this year that we're gonna go see. So looking forward to that. We are going to if you'll have seen it by the show notes and of course the thumbnail. But I didn't mention at the beginning of the show that we're going to do some unboxing today because the new wave of Monster Force figures dropped this week. And as soon as all of them went, they came in 2 batches. So I waited until both batches were in stock before I hit ship. Also, to everybody's surprise, Amazon got uh Zorana or not Zorana,
yeah.
Zanya, thank you, and Professor Rotclaw in stock early, and I was a little skeptical of clicking on the link, but it looked legit, so I hit okay, and I bought Professor Rotclaw, and he showed up today.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna get him at some point. I had to pre-order Zanya. I will end up with Professor Rocklaw later.
Okay, that
Well, I
did
mean, of course, I need Professor Rocklaw. He comes with a dinosaur, but
all
I
right.
just need Zanya the Dreadnought first.
So here is Professor Rotclaw. I am not even going to try and pronounce the name of the type of dinosaur that is, because
Deinonychus.
Deinonychus, because I don't have a 10-year-old kid.
Yeah, it's Deinonychus. Yeah, because I remember there. I saw comments a couple when they first revealed that figure, and somebody was like, "What did Lenny just say? Mini dinosaurs?" And they just did it. And I wrote and I responded, "I'm like, it's not a mini dinosaur. It's an in scale Deinonychus." And then I got a response that was just basically an emoji, and I can imagine what that emoji probably stood for. But it was just one of those things. I had to, yeah.
Yeah, also,
The Velociraptors in Jurassic Park are more. They're a lot closer to being Utah Raptors or Deinonychus than they are actual Velociraptors. Um,
well, I just busted the part. Oh, maybe it's snaps onto the bottom. So he's got a leash, uh, a shield. God, people fucking packaging today. The tail is nice and soft, and ooh, there's a wire in the tail.
oh, nice.
Goes on the ball joint. Oh yeah.
Oh, fuck. That looks excellent.
Oh man, this thing, the articulation on this thing's amazing. Holy crap. I would have killed to have a dinosaur like this when I was a kid. Yeah, no, the sculpting on it's fantastic. The paint work is amazing.
Dude, yeah, look at that. Oh, wow. Oh, he's got the feathers on the back too, doesn't he?
He does. Uh,
Nice.
yeah, there we go. Uh,
The head's probably got to come off to put that under the neck.
yeah, I was gonna see if it would just slip over, but yeah, no, his head's got to come off some way. I'm not gonna put that on right now. I'll put it on later. But then yeah, the he's got armor that goes
Oh,
on.
I didn't realize it had a helmet. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and a lower jaw piece too.
That's fucking cool.
And I did something to the lower jaw piece. So, oh, there we go. There you go.
Oh man, look at that.
Yeah, that looks.
Oh man, I didn't realize it had armor for the face. That's really cool.
Yeah, I didn't either until I saw it. I knew it had the leash, but and then the figure itself comes with a nice little pistol. Uh, and then there's the figure. Uh,
Fuck yeah.
very reminiscent of the Cobra Trooper, the Pursuit of Cobra Trooper armor.
Oh yeah, I can see that. Yeah. Oh yeah.
So he's got a holster on the back for the pistol. He's got a spot where the bullwhip goes in, so he can store a bullwhip on his back, which is pretty cool. And then he's got a interchangeable head. Uh, so kind of a like a like a schmog wrap with some night vision goggles and then like an air filter. It looks like. Uh,
That's pretty cool looking.
yeah, I'm not. It's not horrible, but I don't.
It's a little bit alternate version of the Night Creeper, which I think is why I like it. Because
Ah,
I'm not sure I like it for that character, but I do like it as like as a head sculpt.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't think when I get him, I don't think I'm going to use that for him.
No, this is going right in the fuck it bucket right now. So, yeah, I like that figure. They did a really good job on that. I like that. He looks like a badass. My only complaint is I would have liked to have seen some sort of like rifle come with him, some sort of like assault rifle.
You're gonna rearm him.
Probably not.
I just feel like he needs a shotgun or something.
Yeah,
I don't know why. I can't explain why a shotgun, but yeah, I just feel like he needs a like not like a tradition, not like a buck shotgun, but
like
like
a
a
shotgun with the drill.
yes,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
yeah,
like one of those the modern the like the auto shotguns. Yeah,
yeah. I might get him. I might actually get him one. Just because I had gotten the Valorverse the black figure.
oh yeah.
His main weapon was like a sawed-off double-barrel shotgun and a knife and a pistol. And I'm like, that's he needs something more heavy than that. So I got him a nice automatic shotgun from Gridiron to go with him.
Well, maybe maybe the shotgun from the black would work with Professor Rockclaw there.
Nah, because he's got the black has a holster for it. For
Ah, okay.
so he's gonna hold on to it. But yeah, no, I probably will get him a more substantial firearm just because I think he deserves it. This is a really nice figure. I like the sculpting. I like the detail.
That face looks amazing.
Yeah, they did a really good job with the paint apps on it. Um, yeah, I like this figure. They did a good job with it. So there you go. That is Professor. What is it? Rock Rock Claw.
Rock Claw.
Rot Rot Claw. Okay.
Oh,
Um, and then we're gonna get into the Operation Monster Force figures. This whole wave is the Order of the Crimson Moon wave, which is their homage to Red Shadows. So it is supposedly set in the 1970s. It says Transylvania 1974, the Order of the Crimson Moon prepares to reshape the world in blood and terror using dark rituals and twisted science. But a prophecy of betrayal ignites paranoia, fracturing the cult from within. As loyalties shift and chaos erupts, one choice could end Count Iron Moon's reign or doom humanity forever. And then there's a little spiel for each character. I'm not going to read all of those on the. Um, I'm not going to read them all. So the first one is trying to get this on here. There we go.
I
Uh,
think Count Iron Moon.
Count Iron Moon, which is their version of
Baron
shit,
Iron Blood.
Fire and Iron Blood. Thank you. My brain just
Yeah.
went blink. Uh, so
Their version of Baron Iron Blood is elsewhere in the wave. Um, with the iron helmet, I mean.
yes. Whoops. So we've got a bag of stuff. I don't know what's in the bag of stuff. Looks like a figure stand that looks like they've moved away from the tombstone figure stands, which is fine because I don't use them. So here's the, although that's a nice logo on there. They put a nice tampo on there. I don't use their figure stands just because they take up too much space on my shelf.
At
We
least those are compact. That's nice.
Yeah,
But you use the ones where there's a disc on the bottom of each foot, right? Yeah.
yeah. So of course there is a bag of hands. Holy shit, I do not need eight fucking sets of hands with every goddamn figure I get. That is
Dude,
my only
dude,
complaint.
dude, you and I, it cracks me up because you and I, we have the same reaction, all the extra hands. Now, my kid loves them. All the Marvel figures I have that don't have their extra hands, he gets annoyed because now all the ones we buy, all the accessories, including all the extra hands, go in the bucket. We got to keep track of them because he likes all the extra hands. Um, I get why they're there, but I get annoyed by them. I tend to swap them out. I find the hands I like the best. I put them on, and I never switch them out again. So,
No, yep, same. Uh,
um,
so
with my Joes, it's usually a matter of the hands with the trigger fingers, and everybody else. I don't generally have a use, especially the ones that are in real specific poses. Unless it's got a thumbs up, then I'm okay with that.
oh my God.
Are they clips or are they or zip? Are they the little plastic things or the little twist eyes?
Both.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, there's wire and the rubber bands in there.
Oh, yeah, that's annoying. One or the other people. We don't need both. They're both annoying.
Yeah, consider yeah. People so one of the things people are complaining about are the tampo placements. Um, which mine does not have good tampo placements on the hat. So there I have seen a lot of people complaining about the quality, the QA QC on this wave of figures, and I think the complaints are well deserved. Um, because yeah, the tampo on my hat is off. So it's
Like off. Oh, I see it. Oh, wow. It's like the whole skull is like crooked.
yeah,
Oh, that's fucking annoying.
it is.
I had seen a lot of complaints about the paint apps in general, but
Yeah.
that was that's one of the ones that I can agree with. That's really annoying.
It is. He comes with a nice little pistol here, a flame effect for the pistol, which I probably won't use, but I do like those things. I think that's pretty cool. Um, I just I don't do diorama photography with my figures, so I don't have a use for it. It goes in the fuck it bucket, so I don't lose it. He comes with a rolled up whip, and then the power whip with it with the electricity effects sculpted on it, and they are.
I feel like that electricity effect. Uh, I feel like that might look kind of cool in the hands of Professor Rockclaw.
Oh yeah, it
Try that for me. I would just want to see what that looks like. Cause he's got a dinosaur to train, and he's got like a wimpy whip that he came with. Um, ooh,
yeah. Yeah, that might be worth picking that figure up just for that, just for this guy.
yeah, that's fucking cool. That's that is really cool.
He's
Um,
a belt loop to hold the whip, and then a holster-ish thing for the pistol, so he can hold all of his gear. The hat's removable, and that's the figure. So definitely um, the stuff that I always mention when I review figures is um, the packaging. They definitely moved away from the opening packaging, the like the I don't what kind
the
of
flap,
the
the
flap,
magnetic flap.
the
Yeah.
magnetic flap, which I mean that had to have been an expensive part of those figures,
Now,
to just regular window box, which is fine because I don't save packaging anymore, so I'm happy to get rid of it. Um, Although it didn't decrease the price of the figures any, so I'm a little
well, no, of course not.
the playability of the figures is the other thing I always touch on. The articulation on these things is fantastic. I absolutely love it. The joints are solid. It's a nice solid chunk of figure. I'm not worried about breaking it. The posability is fantastic. Um, the playability is amazing.
The face
Customizability,
sculpt looks good.
yeah, everything is really nice. I am disappointed about the tampo on the hat. This was not a figure that I was particularly excited for, so I'm not too disappointed that I didn't get a decent one.
Yeah,
Um,
but it sucks that you didn't get a decent one at the same time.
it does, but I'll live because he'll go on the display shelf and you won't be able to see it. Um, the thing that really is going to set this apart, I think, for a lot of people, is this is going to be a fantastic base for Red Shadows customs.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
The amount of Red Shadows customs that you're going to be able to do with just this basic figure is innumerable. I don't do 1/12 scale customs very often, and I certainly have zero plans to do Red Shadows customs in this scale. But if I did, I'd be buying a bunch of these because very little needs to be done to this to make this a fantastic custom.
I just look at all that stark white and I'm just like, oh man, he needs a gray wash or something.
Yeah, that would be the first thing that I would do is if I, of course, for my customs, I primer them and then paint them from scratch and then do washes and dry brushing. But yeah, if I was going to do something simple, I would do a wash on
Yeah,
them.
this is one of those cases where I feel like sometimes a figure right out of the package needs a wash of some kind, and I feel like he does. And I do kind of wonder 10 years from now if any of those, if the paint will stand up or if it'll get dingy or discolor somehow. Because I
Yeah,
think they're all painted. I don't think there's a lot of just straight up white plastic on those.
yeah, I don't know.
Um,
That's
but
a interesting question because yeah, anything white tends to get UV if it's anywhere near sunlight. That's one of the things that I do like about my display room in this house. The house that we were in before, it was windows on all four sides. And I can't imagine the UV damage I would have had on my figures had we stayed in that house for any longer than we did. which was just about a year. And then we moved into this one, and while we do have windows in the basement, the sun does not hit any of the windows in that room. So there's zero UV damage going on down here for my collection. In here, it's a little different.
Well, that's good because
In this room, it's a little different. There is a big window here, and the sun does come in this window, but everything in this room is custom. So there is no collectibles in this room. It is all my custom figures. So I'm not too worried.
which are going to age one way or the other anyways.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, and I can fix those, so I'm not too worried about that. All right, the next figure is the Legionnaire, and this is a zombie werewolf.
this is the one that I saw an up close picture of the paint apps on the wolf head, and they
That's the
weren't great
trooper.
in that picture.
That's the trooper. There's another figure. This is not
Oh, okay.
because I know which one.
Okay.
I know which pictures you're talking about. This ain't it. This is a different
All
figure.
right. Yeah, because I was gonna say this one looks much better, but oh no, it's a different sculpt. So okay.
Yeah. I don't. I didn't know how much I needed a zombie werewolf until right now. Because holy
Well,
shit,
of
that's a
course.
fucking awesome idea. Yeah, I didn't. I would not have pegged myself as needing a red
You
shell
know,
zombie werewolf figure, but
I've
holy,
seen lots of movies with zombies, lots of movies with werewolves, but I don't think I've ever seen a werewolf zombie until now. So,
I have a
all
new.
right, yeah, that's cool. They
Yeah,
get bonus points for thinking outside the horror box on that one.
yeah, no, absolutely. I absolutely love the idea. I he comes with okay, now this is justified. He comes with a couple sets of zombie hands and a couple sets of werewolf hands.
That
I
makes sense. You got
I
to
can
have the
see
claws.
I
Yeah,
can
you
see
got to have claws for the werewolves.
I
And you got to have the grabby hands for the zombies.
I will give him that. That is a good use of extra hands. I you will not hear me say that very often, but I think that is a very good use of extra hands. I didn't.
If Frankenstein's monster is made of revived parts of other people and given life, is it technically already a zombie?
No, I would say no because it's reanimated through science, and zombies aren't reanimated through science.
So
Well,
could Frankenstein's monster technically get turned into a zombie if it get bit then?
I would say no because I
It's
don't know.
already kind of dead?
It's already dead tissue that's
Yeah.
been reanimated. I don't know. I think Gridiron is doing the weapons for this wave as well. There's a really nice AK-47.
Oh shit, that AK-47 looks amazing.
Oh yeah, no, it's if you tried to take this through an airport security, you'd probably get stopped. They'd be like, "What the hell?" Because it is that nice.
Yeah, they really, yeah, they did a good job on that one.
Yeah,
And they're not bendy because they're made
no,
by gridiron, so that's nice.
yeah, my understanding is Gridiron, I think, is doing the weapons for this particular wave. It does come with a flash accessory,
Uh,
barrel flash, which looks really nice, but again, right into the bucket bucket.
you know, for our Marvel figures, we've got a big container that my son calls the accessory container. He won't call it the fuck it bucket. I call it that, but he's like, it's the accessory container. I'm like, but he's like, accessory container. I'm like, fine. I call it the fucking bucket, damn it.
Yeah,
I
there you
stole
go.
your name for it. Oh
So
man, that looks good.
yeah, no, werewolf zombie. And then the zombie head is interchangeable. So I'm gonna oh, the neck is it's got two different necks. I would have to heat that up. I'm just gonna swap the heads real quick here to show the helmet that he comes with. Um, So he's got a zombie neck and a werewolf neck. So there's the zombie head on the werewolf neck. I'm not going to put the werewolf head on. And then like,
Ah, yeah, there's the Baron Iron Blood helmet. All right.
oh, that is sweet. I like that. Uh, so again, packaging is decent. I do like the honestly, I as much as I think the book style packaging is really cool, it's really hard to display because what I have done is taken my convention exclusive figures and put them in the box of the original figures to make them look like box exclusives. But
Ah, yeah,
but you can't tell because the box is closed and there's no way to really display the with the box open.
yeah,
So with the window packaging, if you are a mitten box collector and like to display your stuff in the boxes, I kind of like these boxes better for that. So I like the packaging a little bit better for that reason, even though I am not a mitten box collector much anymore. Um, so there is the playability, of course, is the same with the other one. The customizability, he has taken out, chunks and rips taken out of his leg, out of both arms. So this guy is definitely, you can definitely see where he got fucked up. And yeah, fucking zombie werewolf. Are you kidding me? That's awesome. I love that idea. I think I'm going to display him as the zombie werewolf.
I would. That's exactly what I would do. That's cool looking.
He
Um,
he has the wolf hands already on. So I'm gonna have to give him another hand so he can hold his weapon. We'll be
well, he could hold it by like the front and use it as a blunt instrument,
oh yeah, that's
as a club. Yeah, see, no, or he can throw it at somebody when he runs out of ammo. Um,
but yeah, holy shit, werewolf zombie, man. That's
I like it.
yeah, that's an idea I didn't know I was missing from my life. So props to them for doing that. Next up is the one that we had talked about. This is the one that has the
Ah, okay.
yeah, it has the paint apps that everybody's complaining about. And it is the Trooper. I might get a second one of these actually because of the interchangeable heads on this. Uh, as far as getting these, Big Bad Toy Store is the only place that carries these. Um, I think they still have most, not all, but most of the first wave in stock still. I don't.
I know Dr. Caligari and Declan Mulholland, or Declan Mulholland, God damn it, Van Helsing, Declan Van Helsing. Uh, they are sold out because people are bitching that now you have to go to eBay and pay a lot, but I think the rest of the stuff is still in stock.
I would not expect these army builders to last long. There
I'm
are,
surprised. I'm surprised if they. I'd be surprised if they aren't sold out.
yeah, I think they got a lot of stuff in, so
They will sell out because
they,
people will go. They'll buy because they did their one round and then they'll go buy another round like you are. So
yeah. The hands in this one, so we've got werewolf hands and gloved hands. Let me pry them out of the box.
that one comes with the red shadow head, right?
Yeah.
Like the
Yes,
okay.
and that's why I probably will get a second one of these, is so I can have the Red Shadows Trooper and I can have the werewolf guy. It comes with that same AK-47, which is fantastic. Again, I'm pretty sure it's gridiron. I'm not 100% on that, but I think starting with this wave or the next wave, gridiron's doing all the weapons. So
That looks like their quality of sculpt. I'm gonna guess that that one is one of theirs because they've made a lot of variations on the Kalishnikov, but that one it looks like one of theirs.
These are pretty accessory light, which I can go either way on. I don't like a lot of accessories if they
But
can't
you
have them, but
sometimes it seems like they're skimping, and that's equally annoying.
yeah, because I mean, a knife and a pistol wouldn't go amiss with this guy. But then again, oh yeah, he's got a knife sculpted
Does
on
it
it.
come out?
No,
Oh,
no, it just
well,
sculpted.
that's kind of lame. It should come out of there.
Yeah, for as expensive as these figures are, um, the paint
The
app.
paint apps on that face look better than some of the ones I've seen the pictures of.
Yeah, I'm not.
It's not great, but it's I've seen pictures of much worse ones.
Yeah, no, I think it looks just fine. I don't have any issues with the paint apps on this. I think it looks fantastic, honestly.
I
Um,
saw one in one of the group posts the other day that then it looked real derpy. So yeah, yours came out much like fortunately it's better.
there's the Red
Ah,
Shadow
yeah,
helmet.
there it is. God, that looks good.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Man, that is a straight up red shadow in the 6-inch scale form. And damn, they knocked it out of the park.
Yeah, they did. I am going to get a second one of these today. I am not going to wait on this one. I will be picking up a second one of these so I can have the Werewolf Trooper and the Red Shadows. I need a 6-inch Red Shadows Trooper in my line. So I will be picking up a second one of those. Customizability again, off the charts. Again, like I said, I fully expect this figure, even with the the bad paint apps. Mine doesn't have bad paint apps, but yeah, it's a crapshoot on if you're gonna get bad paint apps. I think this people are still gonna buy the shit out of this thing just to have a shitload of 6-inch Red Shadows troopers because there isn't anything else anywhere aside from customs for 6-inch Red Shadows troopers.
Yeah, because Skeletron's Red Shadow stuff is the space oriented stuff. They don't have anything that's traditional Red Shadows
No.
like that. So they're doing what do you call it? I was gonna say in this case, it's not the Lord's work. I think it's the King's work for Palatoy.
Yes, yeah, or the Queen's work because it would have been
Oh yeah, there we go. The Queen. Yeah, at the time, yeah. Um,
yeah, I think it's a fantastic figure. I'm glad my paint apps aren't bad. The tampo on the helmet is just fine. So that's the tampos on the collar because he's got lapel pins that are red shadows, skulls, they're fine. Um, I really like that figure. I am going to buy a second one today. The next figure is Wolfbane. This is an homage to, I believe it's, let me guess,
Red Jackal.
Red Jackal. I was gonna say Jackal, but yeah, Red Jackal is correct.
Red Jackal. Yeah, he was released with the Red Shadows the hyena, the Red Shadows version of the his tank.
Tank. Yeah.
Um,
So, it comes. Where's my actual? So again, it has interchangeable heads.
yeah, and I like what they did with the because Red Jackal was a straight up repaint of the 1983 Destro,
Yeah.
so it's hard to separate them. But I've seen customs that did different versions, like variations, and this figure, I like what they did with this to make it's to make it a not Destro head.
Got the accessories. Got bag of hands. Looks like a knife and probably the wrist rockets are in there. I will dig through that later. As far as accessories, we have a briefcase that opens and it has, oh, is that the VX? Yeah, they're red instead of green, but this is straight out of the movie The Rock.
Oh yeah.
It's the VX gas from The Rock. Uh,
Oh yeah, that's fucking awesome.
yeah, I absolutely love that. I think that is probably one of the coolest, except because the beads are translucent.
I I think you need to do a 6-inch Nicolas Cage custom just for giggles now.
I think this is probably, and there's two of them in there. I think that is probably one of the coolest accessories that I've ever seen an action figure have. Is that uh, so we've got a flame effect for the weapon. Here's the weapon. It's I like the fact that it's not a recognizable gun because Destro's wasn't recognizable. It was a unique weapon. So I kind of like the homage to the unique pistol that Destro came with. Uh, Let me cut him out of there. All right, I kind of like that. So the masked version has a darker skin tone,
That is cool.
which if you think about it, you could have this be Alexander.
Oh yeah, yeah, Destro's son from the yeah Alexander McCullen.
Yeah,
Um,
this so the unhelmeted one could be Alexander McCullen very easily. Whatever Red Shadow's version of that would be. And then,
that would be cool. Oh yeah, look at that.
yeah,
Yeah, because uh Alexander McCullen in the comics, he wore the family mask, but it was different than Destro's, and that fits the bill right there. I mean, I'm not saying it looks like it did in that Devil's Due art because I don't remember. I just remember the character being there, and they had done just enough with the art to separate it from being Destro's mask, but it looked like he was included. He was dressed like the rest of the family, and that's bonus because Hasbro revealed that they're going to be doing Mistress Armada from those comics. So then this figure will kind of give you an Alexander McCullen to go with her.
yeah, and I think that's a fantastic idea.
Oh shit.
There he is. I had to heat the neck up to get it out of there. So sorry about that. So there it is with the interchangeable head. That is the head that I wanted to display on mine. Um, I really like what they've done with this figure. It just,
Yeah. I think my battery's gonna die.
hang on a sec. I just knocked this wrist gauntlet.
Yeah, my computer battery's gonna die. Um,
Do you need to plug it in?
yeah, I'm gonna have to go get the. I'm gonna have to go get the plug.
All
Yeah.
right, I'll stop it here for a sec. All right. It's got a couple of little panels that will plug into the wrist gauntlets. So the rocket launchers are removable and you can plug the to make it look like a wrist computer. So he's got
Wait.
and then he's got I have no idea what this is.
Uh, Flamethrower maybe.
Now it doesn't plug into the
Ah,
there is a spot for something to plug into, but this isn't it. So I'm
huh.
not entirely sure what it's for, and there's two of them. Um,
Huh.
and then he comes with a knife, which is removable, and then he does his thigh pads do have the peg holes, so you can add equipment to him, which I think is cool. Um, so if they do like accessory pack stuff in the future, which I think they are going to do, um,
I'd be surprised if they didn't.
yeah, uh, you can get like you could put holsters and stuff on there for him, which also lends to customizability because there are accessory packs available. They just wouldn't be in this color, so you would have to paint it. Um,
Man, that looks cool.
yeah, I really like it.
So, are you going to leave him as Red Jackal with the silver helmet?
Yes, 100%. I mentioned that just as you stepped off camera. Um,
Okay.
so
I
yeah,
mean, that's exactly what I would do. I love it.
so there is, huh? Yeah, and then there's a rocket effect.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so I am going to keep one of those rocket effects on there because that is awesome.
That is awesome. I love that.
And there's two of them, so he's got one for each arm. But yeah, I am. He's going to get the fist on the left hand. So I am happy that there are extra hands for this because I am going to swap this out. Um, what did I do for hands? All right. Well, they're here somewhere. But yeah, I definitely like the red jackal look.
Cool.
My only complaint is, yeah, the original was based off of the 1983 Destro, which had a big poofy collar, and he's got just a like a duster jacket. So I think a poofy collar like to fit on would not have gone amiss, but that's just me,
Hey, you could always give him a feather boa,
right?
like a big white feather boa. Um,
Uh, Next up is the Exterminator, which is another Red Shadows
I was
trooper.
gonna say, what's the difference? I'm not.
The helmet's different.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Uh,
it's off camera. I can't see it.
yeah, I'll get it on here. It's not. It looks like their own version of the Red Shadow. It's not a traditional Red Shadows helmet.
because I was gonna say that is the head different from the other wolf? It looks similar.
Some bitch. God damn it.
I saw that one fall. Um,
No, it's the same sculpt.
okay. Yeah, because the figure looks basically the same too. That's why I was wondering.
God damn it. And something just fell off.
What was that unintelligible noise you just made?
I didn't make any noise. So this is kind of okay, it's kind of cool. It's kind of a mix of the Red Shadows Trooper and the Red Jackal. So he's got the wrist gauntlets from the Red Jackal.
Oh,
He's got Palderons.
ah,
He's got more gear on his bandolier. Uh,
and those paint apps on that wolf face look just fine.
yeah, yeah, no, they're just fine.
Yeah, that looks good actually. So,
Yeah.
all right,
He's
all
got a
right. So the uniform's a little different, a little snazzier. It's nice.
yeah. If I had to say, I would say it's probably like an officer
Yeah,
compared
yeah,
to.
that's cool. That's cool.
Oh
In
man,
the package, it looked real similar, but out of the package, yeah, you can see
whole
it's
bag.
a
He's got the flame effects for the rocket launcher. We've got the werewolf hands. We've got the gloved hands. Um, we've got some hoses. I don't know what the hoses go to yet.
um. There's a spot in the
Oh,
back of the Red Shadows
oh,
helmet that with
oh,
plugs. So
it goes to his jetpack.
wait, it has a fucking jetpack?
Yes.
Oh shit! All right. So they call it the exterminator. It's got a fucking jetpack. Nice. Yeah, because on the back of one of the other Red Shadows figures, it looks like there's two ports. I thought maybe that they would have cords to go with it, but
He's got two knives. He's got sheaths on both legs. God damn it. and then a black version of the red piece that I have no idea what it does.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't.
I'm curious what that piece is for because I can't see any discernible reason for it.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
I'm only looking at it through the computer, but
well, and I've looked at these things ad nauseum before I bought them, so I don't have any idea what it's for. We've got stuff to plug into the wrist compute to make the wrist computers as well. All that stuff is going in the fuck it bucket because that is going to get lost if it doesn't. So yeah, he's got a.
those tiny pieces, you're lucky if they don't get lost in transit to the fucking bucket.
I know. He's got a overcoat over the torso, so it makes it real. You got to line up the hole on the coat with the hole in the back. But
Ah, okay.
there's your
Oh, that's cool though.
werewolf with a jetpack. Fucking
Dude, you definitely needed one of those. You just
yeah,
didn't know it till now.
yeah. That explains why he has a different helmet too.
It does, yeah. Yeah, it's got to be rated for air combat. Um,
So there's
yeah,
the
well,
yeah. He does have holes on the back of his.
okay. Yeah, that's cool.
Uh, this wouldn't be a bad one to have a second one of. I probably won't get a second one of it. I'll leave him werewolf with the jetpack. But if you were a bigger Red Shadows fan, I would probably get a second one of these too. Comes with the AK-47 again and a whole bunch of flame effects. So he's got flame effects for all of his weapons and the rocket launchers again. I think that's fantastic. I love that.
That is awesome. I love that little that particular blast effect or whatever. Yeah, that's really cool.
We're going to set that in there so we don't lose his head.
That
And
really makes me wish, in retrospect, that we could go back a few years and add that accessory to the classified destro. Um,
we've got four different barrel effects. So we've got three flames and one smoke effect in there,
ah, okay.
which I'm going to put in the fuck it bucket so I don't lose them because I will lose them otherwise. But yeah, friggin' werewolf with a jetpack. Come on, man. All right, that's awesome.
It really is. It really is awesome.
Let's
Yep,
see.
didn't know you needed a werewolf jetpack werewolf till now. So
Exactly. Okay. I'm really happy with that one. Customizability again is really good because yeah, if you're getting these guys for 6-inch Red Shadows figures, you are going to be super happy with this because
I would be. I
yeah,
might actually consider getting this one.
because the red shed with the Red Shadows stuff on there, you've got a Red Shadows jetpack trooper, and that
I think I want to. I think I want a jetpack wolf too. Well, for one, I love that jetpack design. It's very retro. It's very retro futuristic, and but that is super cool.
yeah, that one's called the Exterminator. That's one of the ones that I had to wait for it to come in. It
Ah, okay.
and with the
Um,
initial wave of stuff. So, um, yeah, boy, I wouldn't wait on these. I think I want to say they're kind of bland compared to the first wave of figures,
but
but
but it's not. You're not comparing apples to apples either.
exactly,
So,
yeah,
like, this is a separate faction. It's a separate part of the story,
yep,
and it's not even it's like backstory. It's not even stories. It's backstory
yeah,
to the Operation Monster Force stuff. So
yeah, and
it's niche.
yeah, it very and holy shit, if there are people that have been dying for 6-inch Red Shadow stuff, holy fuck, their prayers have been answered with this
Yeah, I think so.
because it's amazing. So next up is Order of the Crimson Moon figure, um, which is essentially Cobra Commander.
This is by far the least exciting figure Big Bad Workshop has put out.
Yeah,
Um,
would
I don't. I I get why people are excited about it because for some reason Crimson Cobra Commander is a thing that people are fascinated with. I don't understand why, but whatever. I think the three extra heads with that, or the three interchangeable heads with that, but they're just the hood painted differently. I feel like it's a little extraneous.
I would agree.
It's just
Extra
it's a
head.
red suit, which is nice, but who cares? I feel like he's I feel like the rest of the wave has an amazing thing going, and then they tacked this guy in the red suit on to the wave just just to because they already had a blue suit and a military suit and a black suit and a tuxedo and a gray suit. So well, they needed a red suit too. So
Yeah, because it really doesn't fill any Red Shadows niche. At,
mm-mm.
um,
No, in fact, you know what it makes me think of? Remember the movie Rush Hour with Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker?
yeah,
In that movie, Detective Carter, played by the memorable Chris Tucker, he goes to interrogate. Uh, there's like an underground poker game going on, and he goes to interrogate the leader of it, but it turns out it's his cousin, and his cousin's wearing a very red suit, and he said that Aunt Bootsy got it for him. And when I look at that Red Shadow figure, I said Aunt Bootsy got that red suit for him too.
it reminds me of the guy from The Simpsons that collects Malibu Stacy, but but it's a red suit.
It is. That's funny.
Uh,
Um.
that's what I do like is it does come with a soft good cape, a
Oh.
uh,
Oh,
ceremonial
that is cool.
ceremonial knife, and um, a couple of like esoteric cultist books. So you can
Ah.
do a cultist, which is what I'm going to do.
Yeah. I was gonna say I don't. I was gonna say that there's. Yeah, I was gonna say that that sounds like you're. It sounds like that would have custom potential. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, this is all about customs. Straight out of the box, it's a very lackluster figure. Um, I'm not. I'm gonna have to switch out the necks on this. I'll have to heat this up. I'm not gonna do it right now because I don't like the straight red mask. I like one of the other ones. I don't know which, but
I will say I think my favorite one is the one with the black stripe down the middle of the mask, but
I think
I
that's
just think the three hooded heads just seems to be redundant.
I think there's wire in the hood.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, no, it's they did a good job with the soft goods for sure. Um, yeah, no, they did a really neat job with the. It's too Cobra Commandery for me for it to be like cultist.
I agree.
Um, I didn't really need a Cobra Commander figure. I I don't hate it, but it's yeah. At the same
If
time, for what it's, I would have liked an unmasked head to make it more of a cultist kind of guy. I don't know.
I if they had done like an all black hood, maybe like an executioner type thing, maybe. Um,
Yeah,
I don't I don't. You and I. It doesn't help that you and I we're not the biggest fans of Cobra Commander in general, anyways. So the idea of this figure that fills that niche and gives you like the hooded Cobra Commander head, because there's the figure in the blue suit too that had the blue. I'm like, I don't. I'm
I
like that's
yeah.
yeah. I was say we're just not big fan. Neither of us is a fan of Cobra Commander, so we can't get excited about accessories that make a Cobra Commander figure really pop.
Yeah,
Um,
I never ever had the original battle helmet Cobra Command, the 83 Cobra Commander. Never had it. I had the mail away one just so I had a Cobra Command, the hooded Cobra Commander, just so I had a Cobra Commander to play with. He died a lot.
yeah, I think I killed him off a lot too.
Uh,
Um,
did get the armored Cobra Commander, and I absolutely loved that figure, and that was my go-to Cobra Commander figure because they finally did something decent. But
yeah,
it was really hard to get past the fact that the comic books when I played because
was Fred? Yeah, yeah. I have a feeling that whole Fred, that whole Fred killing Cobra Commander thing. I have a feeling that came along because had Larry Hama had the same reaction to the Battle Armor Cobra Commander that he's like, I can't see Cobra Commander in it, so he made it Fred, and yeah, I feel the only way you could see in the media if you wanted to see the Battle Armor Cobra Commander actually be Cobra Commander is in the Deke cartoon, at
yeah,
least the first season of it.
yeah,
He's wearing the battle armor.
yeah.
The second I think the second season is when he switches back to the hood because of the talking battle commander figure being released that year. But
Last but not least is Major Noir,
oh, this guy, okay,
which
the guy who some people said looks like uh Sean Connery.
yeah, I can see that.
Can you
Uh,
see it? Okay.
I think if I was going to make an analogy, this would probably be Major Blood.
Yeah.
If there was a Red Shadows GI Joe analogy to be had here, because Major Blood they never reused that character or that archetype in the Red Shadows.
No. Um, Major Blood showed up in that line after the Action Force had become G.I. Joe over there. So, yeah, I don't think they even had a character in the Red Shadows lineup that was comparable. Not really.
No, I don't think so. Uh,
Yeah, because they
this
had the Black Major, Baron Iron Blood,
yeah
Red Jackal. Yeah, I don't.
comes with the
Ooh,
same pistol that the Red Jackal figure came with. I have already lost the magazine for the one that came with the first guy.
Jesus.
Yeah, no,
That
it's
was fast.
yeah, it was. I assume that it's either on the table or on the floor around here. I'm gonna have to look for it. But yeah, we've got a werewolf head.
That is the one that has that's the one that's got the real questionable paint apps, and yeah, those are pretty bad.
Yeah, it's not particularly good. I
That
wasn't going to use this head anyway, so it's going right in the fuck it
yeah,
bucket.
good thing. Yeah, because the other ones with the open mouths, they look fine. That one is what the fuck?
Uh,
What did they do?
I don't know. So there is major heads.
Oh wow, yeah, look at that.
Yeah, no, that's pretty tight. I like that.
I can kind of see the I I can kind of see the Sean Connery resemblance. Not really. I mean, it's there. It's
And then there's the like Shadow Trooper helmet version, which is pretty nice actually.
yeah. I was gonna say it looks nice in black.
I may take the neck out of it and have him hold it like a helmet.
Ooh, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I like
Um,
it.
is there a tampo on his hat? Is it crooked like the other
Uh,
guy's hat?
It's there is a tampo on the hat. It is not crooked, however, it's not centered.
Well, all right. That is better than it being slanted like the other one, but
Is it though? I don't know, because
eh,
it's gonna
you're
bother.
right. It's pretty noticeable.
Yeah, it's gonna bother my OCD one way or the other.
I mean, once it's on the shelf and you walk away from it after a bit, maybe you'll forget about it, but
Sure.
maybe.
The tampo on the helmet's fine, but yeah, I'm gonna pop the. Oh, the helmet's detachment is that's neat.
Huh.
So you could switch the red faceplate,
Yeah.
black helmet.
Well, I was
Okay.
gonna say, wait, what does the red helmet look like on that faceplate then? That's kind of cool.
Um, I don't know. The other one doesn't want to come apart.
Damn it. Oh well.
It does come apart, but it just doesn't want to. So I would never have known it did that. That's kind of kind of cool, actually. I kind of like that idea. So I mean, that just again lends itself to customization without
Yeah, I think so.
without
Yeah.
the painting. So there he is with the like interchangeable head used as a helmet.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I like it. Um, then he's got a bag of hands, he's got a knife, and then again the same pistol that Destro came with, or Destro, that the Red Jackal analogy came with. Um, this guy could have used an assault rifle, could have used one of the AK-47s.
What does he come with? Just that pistol?
Yeah, just the pistol.
Um,
So
at least they gave him the pistol and they didn't go really lame and give him a revolver or something.
yeah,
Or like a Luger.
uh,
Although it might have been cool if they'd given him like a Megatron gun. I understand why they wouldn't do that, probably for copyright reasons, even if it's just a sculpt and it's not called that.
yeah,
Because I mean, if you do the base gun, it'd be one thing, but if they pop the extender on the barrel and had the tail on it, people might go nuts for it though. But
yeah. So all in all, I think the figures are pretty fantastic. Um, I think it's a very, very niche line. This wave, not a line, very niche wave for the line. Um, I really have been interested in the Red Shadows since Marcus is a good friend of ours, and that's what he grew up with. So we've always talked about Red Shadow stuff, and Marcus does probably the best Red Shadows customs you will ever see anywhere in your life. I mean, the customs that man has made for Red Shadows is second to none.
agreed.
They're just beautifully done, and the imaginative work that went into them is beyond anything that even I could come up with. Um,
Former guest of the show, we should add, Marcus
yeah,
Aiken.
yes.
Um,
And then on top of getting the Robo Skull Mark II a couple of years ago, so I've had a more than a passing interest in Red Shadows for a long time, and I did some Red Shadows, some Crimson Moon customs for my own 4-inch custom line before I even knew what it was. So to have some 6-inch Red Shadows figures is pretty cool, I will admit. But if you aren't a Red Shadows fan and don't need a whole lot of werewolves, this
you can probably avoid it,
this is
or if you really just need a werewolf that has a jetpack, well, do what I'm doing and probably just get that figure. So,
yeah.
um,
Uh, I I would say this is probably a skippable wave, um, unless this is something that really tickles your fancy. And I I want to say that it's going to tickle a lot of people's fancies, but I'd because I think some of these army builders are going to sell out, and I think they're going to sell out quick because there is nothing else like them. There hasn't ever been anything else like them, and there's going to be a lot of people that are going to want a 6-inch Red Shadows Trooper, and I don't see that lasting very long. And then yeah, the Jetpack Trooper is phenomenal, and a zombie werewolf Red Shadows is also fucking awesome. And
I'm just imagining the secondary market for those in 2 or 3 years after they've dried up at Big Bad Toy Store and they've continued making Big Bad Workshop toys, but those aren't out yet. Ooh, look at that.
okay, that's how I'm going to display him.
That's fucking cool. Yeah,
Yeah. All right.
that's
So
cool.
yeah, that looks phenomenal like that.
Dude,
That
he's scary looking. Um,
Yeah, no, that's how I'm going to display that figure. So
You should get a picture of him beating up Battle Armor Cobra Commander later. I'm just saying.
I,
Um,
I can do that. I have them. I have the Battle Armor Cobra Commander
I
figures.
thought, yeah, I thought so. If I remembered right, I thought you did. So,
So, uh, you know, I'm I am of mixed emotions on this particular wave. Operation Monster Force is currently my favorite toy line, just because I absolutely love the Universal monsters. In fact, that's the next thing I'm going to unbox, not on the show because we're going to be done here in a minute. But I got the Four Horsemen, uh,
oh
Frankenstein.
wow.
Yeah, it, it's
Wait, that's a four horseman figure. Oh shit. Okay, and how much did that set you back?
a lot,
I
a lot.
was gonna say, yeah, that's a paycheck.
I can't.
Um,
I canceled the pre-order once because it was so expensive, and then I'm like,
oh,
I'm gonna.
it looks good though.
I fucking regret it if I don't get that. So I
Yeah,
didn't.
you've got to get. Yeah, take some pictures. I want to see it out of the box.
I will. So again, very niche line. There's definitely skippable figures like the Hooded Cobra Commander figure. I'm only getting it because I am a completist when it comes to stuff like this, and I will regret not having it, but I absolutely don't need it. Then there are figures like the zombie werewolf that's just fantastic, and then the werewolf jetpack trooper that's amazing. The red jackal analogy figure is fucking awesome. The Baron Ironblood figure is amazing.
Yeah, I really think 2 or 3 years from now, on the secondary market, those figures are going to be very hard to get,
Yeah.
and they're going to be impossible to get for like retail price. I don't mean retail. I mean retail and Big Bad Toy Store, whatever they're charging, because those are going to be popular. Like people that stumble into the line later, they're going to be like, "Oh shit, how do I get that?" They're the secondary market is going to eat them alive.
And once people in England see these,
Yeah, exactly.
people my age see these, they're that are getting the 6-inch classified figures, these are going to fly.
Yeah, definitely.
They aren't for everybody. They are definitely a niche figure, but I think that niche is big enough that these are not going to last long. And I
Oh hell no.
agree with you that these are going to be insanely expensive on the secondary market in a couple of years. I do not see these lasting very long at this. They are expensive figures, yes, but I do not see these lasting long. I
You know
like
what? At this point, they're expensive, but this is what I have to say about that. So are all the other fucking toy lines out there. They're all fucking expensive.
yeah,
There are no cheap toys anymore. So
no,
no, I take that back. There are cheaply made toys, there are no cheaply priced toys.
yeah,
Um, Even shit toys aren't as cheap as they used to be. So 35, $40 for average 6-inch action figures, that's just how it is now.
yeah.
So
So my recommendation is even if you aren't a fan, I would get a set of these and set them aside because you're going to be able to flip them in about a year for probably double. Um,
yeah, we don't normally encourage that stuff, but
so
in this case, it's guaranteed money later.
yeah.
So
And if you've got friends overseas that grew up with the Red Shadow stuff, man, this is a dream come true for those collectors that want a 6-inch Red Shadows trooper because that is probably one of the nicest figures I've ever seen. It's plain, it's not fancy, but that's what makes it amazing. It
agreed.
it is phenomenal. I would not wait on these if you are a if you're even remotely interested in the line or remotely interested in Red Shadow stuff, I would jump on these now because these are not going to stick around. And who knows? I don't know what their potential for doing like a second run of figures is. I don't know anything about their manufacturing capabilities. Where are the molds for these things? Are they able to do a second run of figures at some point in time? will there be reissues of these in the future? I don't know. I don't know any long-term goals for these guys. I've tried to watch their podcast, and one of the guys on the show I just can't stand. So he's just annoying. And so
Um,
I don't like to speak ill of other podcasts because we would still like to have those guys on the show. But I think they have an episode on tonight. So it's gonna go up against General Geekery because we're gonna have our episode up. But
um, yeah, I was gonna say I have a feeling they'll come listen to us after they're done listening to that. That's okay with me. I don't care.
yeah,
So that's fine.
because
I'm not taking attendance here.
we would love to have Bill on the show. We've had Bill on the show when the Eagles.
Way back when the Eagle Force Returns Kickstarter was active.
Oh
Now we can't get a hold of him.
yeah,
So tried. I've
yeah,
tried. Brian's tried. We
yeah.
can't get a hold of the guy to give him to see if we could get him on as a guest. But maybe someday, if anybody listening to this
Uh,
can get in touch with him,
Scott
please
from
let
Grindhouse.
us know.
Scott from Grindhouse talked to him. He said he'd be. He said that he would be on the show, and yeah, we've just never heard from him. So, is it skippable? It probably. Do you want to skip it? I wouldn't recommend that. Um,
Unless you're just lukewarm on Red Shadows, then there's no reason to get it.
yeah.
But
Other than for like investment, I I don't really condone buying stuff to save it to make money in the future. That never works out the way you want it to, but man, I this one I got a feeling that like this is a lot of people are going to sleep on this and then they're going to regret it later.
yeah,
So I am, as soon as we're done with this, I am buying another trooper. And
I
the,
think I may have to grab the Jetpack Wolf because what was that one? The Exterminator.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, it's pretty cool.
yeah, absolutely. So there you go. That is the Order of the Crimson Moon. That is the first part of Wave Two or Season Two, as they call it. Um, Wave, the second part of Wave Two or Season Two is supposed to drop sometime later this year. Haven't seen a date on that. Usually when Big Bad Workshop starts posting uh pictures of the actual figures themselves, then it's usually about 2 months from when they get stuff in hand to when we get it.
Ah,
Because
okay.
they started posting these pictures about 2 months ago, maybe about
Um,
three. So they have not started posting like Dr. Rand and the Gridiron figure, uh, the Mark from Gridiron
yeah,
Zone figure. They haven't posted any of the actual figures themselves. So that tells me they don't have them in hand yet, which means they have not shipped from China yet.
they probably will shortly though because I think they this is right. I think this is the ETA. Like we're in that window of the ETA, like
We are.
springs
It is the
or
the
second quarter
second quarter
20. Yeah,
second quarter of 2026, which is a
yeah.
4 month window. I think they learned a lesson from one of the other figures that I got. I will open it another time because I got two of them. Um, is the convention exclusive?
Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
Phantom
that's cool.
Phantom
Um,
Phantom Core Command Unit. So this is the convention exclusive figure, and I bought two of them.
in the near future, I'm getting a box of something from Brian that we're gonna do a show and I'm gonna unbox. I'm also getting Zanya in the Monday. Zanya with the swamp gear should be here, so I'll unbox her on the show, and then Brian can unbox that on the show. So
Perfect. So there you go. That is the second wave, first part of the second wave or second season of Operation Monster Force. I think it's fantastic. The QA, I think the complaints are valid. Um, Normally, I don't support the people that bitch about it on social media, but I think it's kind of
They had a point this time.
yeah, I think they did. Um, that being said, the figures are amazing. The idea behind them is fantastic. I absolutely love them. I'm glad I got them. Um, I wasn't particularly excited for them as I was the first wave and the stuff that's coming out next. My dogs are at the window, so
I was gonna say, who are you waving at?
my dogs will come to the window because it goes out to the backyard. It's
That's right. Because you got like the little basement window. So all right. So they're looking in on Dad.
yeah.
Okay. Um,
I
um,
think normally it's Izzy. Izzy always will come up to the window and then I'll wave at her and she will tear around the house and then come downstairs. But today it was Jack, and I think Jack just now figured out he can see me through that window because he's never done that before.
he learned from the other dog. The
Yes.
other dog's like, look, dude, look. Um,
So there you go. It's a mixed bag to be sure. There's QA,
well,
QC problems. This is not going to be everybody's bag of chips, but if you sleep on these, you're going to miss them and you're going to regret it.
and see, I don't buy a lot of this stuff. I got the Delta Red, and I I decided this is one of those lines where, as much as I like it, there will be some that I do want to get,
Yeah,
but I don't need most of them. This
right.
is one of those lines where I will live vicariously through Brian because he's a voracious collector of all of it. That I'm like, yeah, you know what? That's pretty cool. And if I had unlimited funds, of course I'd buy them. But
And
as
I
it is,
thought,
I'm gonna pick and choose. But
yeah,
they're so it is it's such a great line.
it is. And I have cut back other lines that I get to get this. I'm not getting as much GI Joe. I've cut back on the GI Joe stuff that I get because there's a bunch of the new figures that I'm like, I kind of I don't.
Yeah, I wanted to split the ramp rat, but
Yeah,
I
I I have I'm there's a bunch of stuff that I just said nope. I'm skipping this in favor of the
yeah, well, because the thing with the ramp rat is I don't have a rattler either, but I really liked that figure from the Sky Striker, and I really like the classified version of it, even though it it's not quite the same, but I don't need both of the guys, so that's all right. I'll get one separate later. Somebody will break him up eventually and sell him, but
So I think that's all we got for this
yeah.
episode. It's been a long episode because the unboxing ones are, and the announcement ones are always. There's a lot to talk about.
Well,
Uh,
and I'm glad there were announcements that we got to talk about today. So
and as JD said, when he gets Sanya, he's going to unbox that. So we're going to do another episode probably in the next couple of days. Uh,
yeah, I was gonna say she's supposed to be here Monday, so
yeah, I'm
probably
working
and
Monday. I'm working Sunday and Monday. So maybe we'll do.
maybe Tuesday, and then I should have your box by then. So
Yeah, yeah, because there's a lot of stuff in the box. So
well, good. And I don't have other than Nick Fury, I have no idea what's coming. So um oh yeah, my friend there, Blake, I told Blake I was getting that Nick Fury. He's like, he's like, that one looks too much like a GI Joe. That one's definitely yours because we share most of the Marvel Legends stuff, but there's some that he's like, and that's one of them. He's like, he has less than zero interest in GI Joe, which is fine. But it's funny. He's like that Nick. He told me that Nick Fury's like that looks way too much like a GI Joe. He's like i.e. keep it out of our Marvel Legends. So
I was
which is
curious,
fine. But
I was curious to see what Blake's opinion on that Nick Fury was. If he was
uh,
waiting for that, or if you were keeping that one for yourself. So there you go.
um
All right,
that one, yeah,
that's what
that
we got
one.
for this particular episode. We will be doing another episode probably next week. So stay tuned for
Shortly,
that.
yeah.
As always, please do that fun social media stuff. Like, share, subscribe, comment below. Let us know what you think of the latest wave of the Monster Force stuff and Zanya and Professor Rotclaw. And as always, thanks for watching.
Thanks, everybody. All right.